from Learning and Development Department. Thank you for joining us today. Today we have Ivy and Phyllis from 99.co to share with us on how to become a super agent through 99.co Super Products Package and how OTT Cash Subsidy 200 help you to stay ahead in 2021. Without further ado, I will pass the time to Ivy and Phyllis.
Hi everyone, my name is Ivy. Joanna and I are the account manager for Orange Tea. For today's presentation, Phyllis will be the one who is doing the presentation. So I'll pass over to Phyllis. Thank you, Phyllis.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, I'm Phyllis from 99.co. So today, right, mainly I just want to share with you guys on the OTT subsidies as well as how to use our app, right, to able to make you success in your career as a real estate agent. Okay, so I believe everyone are able to see my screen, right? Okay, so if you have any questions later, right, just click on the chat box and type it in. So Ivy and Joanna will be online to help answer a few questions that you are inquiring on, or you can actually unmute yourself to ask any question. Okay, so before I share in details, right, just to do some introduction and what are the next upcoming plan that we have with Orange Tea and 99.co as a collaboration. Okay, so I believe most of you has already aware on the $200 cash subsidies from Orange Tea. Okay, so how do you able to use these $200 cash subsidies? Okay, so in order to have this, right, any of the Orange Tea agent, as long as you are from Orange Tea, okay, you are able to get these $200 cash subsidies from 99.co, okay, from Orange Tea, and you can use it to offset your 99.co product. Okay, so can be used on the year 2021. So the voucher, right, that these subsidies will be given on the first quarter of 2021, which is 1st January onwards. So as you can see, the subsidies can be utilized from 1st January to 31st March on the first quarter, and minimum spend of $500 on discretionary product or our new subscription. Okay, so for renewal, right, I believe some of you already have our account and planning to do a renewal. As long as your account is expiring on January to March, you are able to utilize this $200 voucher. Okay, so before I share in details, just want to have a quick run through of what are the products that we have in order for you to use this $200 voucher if you already has a 99.co account, and but you will be getting these $200 cash subsidies next year. So how are you going to utilize it? So firstly, we have our feature agent. Okay, so you are able to purchase this feature agent $300 per month. Minimum must buy in for 3 months. Or you can also get our Listing Plus package, which is $599. And for this Listing Plus package, we're giving agent a guarantee leads. Okay, minimum guarantee of 30 leads within 3 months period, and your listing will be always be prioritized on top, and you don't have to refresh your listing lah. So this is the additional add-on features. So besides that, if you guys have not signed up to our 99.co account, currently it's at 488. So next year, right, it will be the usual price at 588. You also can use the voucher to offset this subscription as well. And we do have our credit packages. If you guys run out of credits, you want to purchase additional credits, you also can use these $200 cash subsidies to offset the credits. Okay, so if you buy a $500 credit, so you only pay $300 and you will get 3,500 credits. Okay, so before I start to introduce more on 99.co app and all the features, just want to do a brief run through on what are the differences between a trial account, which is the free account that some of you might have been right now, and the platinum account, which some of you already signed up to. Okay, so for the trial account itself, right, you will be getting 50 credits as long as you created the account, but your account, you're unable to use all the tools and features, and you are unable to use the iProperty access. But whereas the platinum features, right now we're selling at 488 for 1 year. So you are able, the usual price at 688. So now this month we're having a promotion. So if you have not signed up, we can do so. But before that, I just want to share with you what are the features that you have. So firstly, you will get a 4,000 one-time credit, okay, to your account once you have already signed up, and you're able to get the full access of all the tools inside the mobile app. So later I will share with you guys live on how to use the app, the features inside the app, like prospector, researcher. And secondly, you will get 100 listing. You're able to access to 100 listing. And for iProperty, you're able to access 100 listing as well with free refresh. There's no credits, and you can use the 5 years FSBO and FRBO. So for the leads, right, is unlimited. Whereas for the trial account, you only get up to maximum 3 leads. After 3 leads you receive already, the system will auto prompt you to an upgrade. Okay. So these are our account managers for Orange Tea, which is Ivy, is on the Zoom training today, as well as Joanna. Okay, anything you can give them a call. Later I'll flash their contacts again after the session. Okay, so just a quick overview of our company. So some of you might not know, like maybe new join to the industry, might not know what is 99.co, or since like there's agent who long time already been using 99.co. Okay, just a brief update. 99.co, we have a joint venture this start of the year in March with iProperty. So right now we are together as one family, 99.co and iProperty, but it's still two different app lah, two different access for login. But as long as you purchase 99.co account, you will be able to get the iProperty account for free. Okay, so secondly, right, I wanted to share on our milestone that we have been hitting for this whole year. So for this year, right, we have already hit 3.2 million monthly page view on traffic itself. So which means that more traffic coming to 99.co, you will gain more exposure of your listing. So the more listing you created in our platform, the more exposure to the consumer as well. So total leads that we have sent out to agent, right, is more than 490,000 leads already. So it's actually improved about 52% compared to last year. Okay, some of the comparison between the the lead portal in Singapore as well as 99. So right now we are actually considered the second portal in the market. So based on the growth wise, right, we have actually growth 2 times as much as last year. So right now it's about 65% on the market share itself. Okay, so some of the competitor, that comparison. So you can see some of competitor S, competitor E. So this unique visitors, right, is based on monthly. So you can see for 99.co, our monthly visitors is about 3 million. This is from rush.com for the analytics. So 3 million itself, right, about 47% is from Singapore website, and about 43% is, 53% is on Indonesia and other overseas website. So for Singapore itself, we stand about 47%, which is about 1.4 million viewers or page view traffic per month on the unique visitors. Okay. So you can see we do have collaboration with a lot of major ads company like MediaCorp. So we are the only portal in Singapore who has this partnership with MediaCorp as well. Okay, some of our digital ads in major CapitaLand Mall. Okay, so secondly, right, we do a lot of SEO and SEM on Google itself, and we are also the sole collaborator with Google in order for any ad search engine, right? Usually for every domain, you will only have one search, okay, on one AdWords. But 99.co, we were able to have more than 3 AdWords in Google SEO and SEM. Okay, so this is something that we have been collaborating with Google itself. So we have all the back-end unique keywords to let us buy a better keywords for our domain itself. Okay, so you can see our organic ranking is #1 right now. If you search for rental Singapore or HDB for sale, after the ads will be 99.co. Okay, so just bring through a quick update on how to use our app. Okay, I'll just run through a live demo. Okay, let me stop sharing and connect to my phone. If you guys have any question, right, please pin into the chat box and I will actually answer your question. So let me share my screen again. Okay, I connect to my phone. Okay, if you guys want me to share any like particular features, you also can let me know, yeah? Okay. Okay, so everyone, I believe can see my phone screen, right? If you can't, right, do let me know. Okay, let me open up the, okay. Okay, so once you log into 99.co, you're able to see all these menu bars over here. So we do have prospector, project search, floor plans, open listing. So as long as you have signed up to our platinum account, you are able to access all these features over here, which there's eight agent tools over here. So firstly, I wanted to share the most unique tools that agent always been using in 99.co, which is our prospector tool. You click inside to prospector. If today you wanted to search for, a district, example, district 19, I wanted to know which are the HDB owners has already completed MOP. So usually you might not know where to search, right? Or how do you know which unit has already completed MOP? But 99.co, we are able to show you. Example, if you click on district 19, you just key into these keywords over here, and under you are able to see district 19, click on the district 19, and they will ask you to filter the property type. Example, you want to see HDB owners, condo owners, landed owners also can. So now I'll just brief through because I don't have a lot of time today. Okay, but I will just try to brief through every features that we have. So the next session you can come in for an in-depth training on the individual features. Okay, so you can able to see under HDB the default status, right, will be always completed all. But if you want to search for like 1 month to go, 6 months to go, or just completed MOP, you can select accordingly. But now I'll just choose the completed all to show you guys. So the capital gain, right, default will be always at 0%, because if today there's a owner, right, who having a loss, I don't think that he's quite a potential to sell their house to right now. Okay, but if you want to see include losses, you can click on all. So you're able to see the whole district 19 owners who are having already complete MOP regardless losses or profit. Okay, so now I want to choose 20% because I want to see those owners who at least have 20% capital gain. Or you can also input a unique capital gain amount over here, like 300,000, 200,000 also can. So I just continue result. So immediately you are able to see in the whole district 19, there's 35,000 owners, right, who already completed MOP or already completed long time ago. You're able to see MOP date over here and at least have 20% capital gain, minimum 20%. Okay, so you are able to see the block, the street name, the unit number as well. Okay, so what I do, I can click on this small little I. It will show you how do we get this figure over here, the estimated gain. So example, today there's a owner staying in block 22552, Hougang Street 51, this unit looking for you to sell his unit. He asking like 600,000. But when you go into this prospector, you are able to roughly see what is the current market price. So roughly the current market price is about 557,000 based on the latest 18 months transaction, latest 10 transaction within the past 18 months. So you are able to see the average. Okay, so you are able to see the percentage gain. And what you do if today is a condo owners, right, you are able to export this mailing label and you will send to your email. And what you do, you can send to your preferred printer to do add mail service, or you can do like a letter or postcard also can. Because now COVID-19, last time for our prospector, agent always use for door knocking. But right now unable to do so, so they also can filter it out and send it as a mailer as well. So example, like 35,000 is a lot, right? You also can go to filter again, and what you do, you can narrow down the gain amount. Minimum must have 300,000 gain. I do not have 250,000. Okay, so I just continue result. You are able to see it shrink from 35,000 prospect, it shrinks down to 6,700 prospect. So these are all the owners, right, who at least have 250,000 capital gain. Okay, so you can see those MOP like Pongo Place, right, estimated. So this usually for BTO, right, we will not know the pricing because it's direct sell by HDB. But we did a lot of forum and checks with owners. Then we get this estimated price where they purchase from HDB. It's not the actual one, but it's estimated one. Okay. So this is our prospector. So always remember, prospector is use it for to check capital gain, MOP status, SSD status. If you want to see condo owners who already clear SSD, you're also able to use the prospector features. Secondly, we have floor plans. So right now in the market, 99.co is considered having the most floor plans in our app. So you can search example, any projects like the quartz. Okay, the quartz. You're able to download all the floor plans in the app. Okay, so some of the floor plans, right, we have the exact actual brochure and we do scan and upload to our system. Definitely for new launches, you will have all the floor plans inside, but for older projects, right, you really by luck need to search inside lah. Okay, but for HDB itself, like example, I choose any HDB, we have sample unit. Okay, but you want the actual floor plans for the actual unit, definitely you need to buy from HDB website. Okay, so this is our floor plan. Secondly, I wanted to share more important one, which is the project comparison, which we have already launched for about 2 years. Okay, for this project comparison, right, is really very useful for agent who is serving buyer, or you want to do a comparison with different features in, different project in Singapore. So today, if example, I have a buyer who looking at a location in District 19, or maybe the Quartz condo. I just type in the Quartz. Okay, you can search for any district, any area, or any specific condo also can. So now I type in the Quartz, right? They will ask me whether I want to see how many distance for the radius surrounding by the Quartz. So I can default is 1000 meter. Okay, so now I scroll, I just continue result. Okay, you are able to see the Quartz condo already. If you swipe up, right? Okay, you swipe up this bar, this search bar, you're able to see all the nearby condos within the Quartz. So if I want to do a comparison between these few condos, right, I just have to add, okay, you can add maximum up to 10 projects, okay, up to 10 projects, and you can do a comparison. Okay, so after I add this, right, but my client still not satisfied. He wanted to know like a project in a west side, maybe Park Clementi's. Okay, so I'm adding a northeast project as well as a west project. So maybe Park Clementi's and the traveling. Okay, so after I add this 6 project already, I click on the compare button. Okay, immediately you have this page, all the summary of the project. This is within 1 year data, but you are able to customize your duration. If let's say you only want to see 6 months data, you just click on 6 months transaction and you click on continue. It will show you a summary of the past 6 months transaction. Okay, what is so good about these features, right? You are able to click on the export button and immediately send it to your client just by a few clicks. Okay, so if I click on the export button itself, I'm able to see all the summary of all the projects. But sometimes, right, some of these summary might not suit you. You want to take out, like example, you don't need a 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom rental yield. So you can also customize it. Just click on this bar, these 3 bars on top. Okay, what you do, you just close those that you don't want to show. Maybe you only want to show 3 bedroom. Okay, the rest you just want to remove it and you click on save. Immediately you export it again and you can see your summary has shortened already. Okay, everything here. So all the average price. So at one click, you are able to do a summary to send through WhatsApp to your client. Click on the send button below. You are able to send by WhatsApp, or you can send by email, or even save images. Okay, so this is one of the project comparison features, which is the summary. But next on, right, we have a price. I need to do like a simple chart to send to my client to show them in order they can get a better picture of it. I can click on the price just beside overall. There's a price. Okay, so you're able to see all the pricing over here. This is based on average PSF, but I can choose maybe let's say lowest PSF. Okay, these are the lowest PSF. The volume over here, right, is the total volume sold within this 6 months. So the date is over here. Okay, so you're able to see this chart. You also can filter. Click on the funnel at the top. Let's say I only want to see 3 bedroom. You can filter 3 bedroom lowest PSF. or even lowest price. Okay, immediately this chart, right, you can send to your client also. The same thing, click on the export button. And what you do, you will have this image and you can click on the share button. The same thing, send by WhatsApp, send by email also can. So in the market right now, right, there isn't a portal who able to let you access this project comparison easily through the mobile app. If you have iPad on the go with your client, immediately you can add a few projects and you can do a comparison while you're with your client. Okay, so this is really a very useful tools for every one of you to do a comparison. Even you want to compare HDB blocks also can. Okay, mainly for residential lah, commercial cannot. Okay, so we do have our residential transaction over here, very straightforward. If you want to see by project, just type in the project name. If you want to go to district, just key in district 19 or any district, and you were able to at one glance show you the latest transaction data. You also can filter it out, okay, whether you want to see condo or you want to see HDB also can. Okay, so HDB, we will not have the exact unit number, but we have the floor range as well as the unit number itself, but don't have the exact level lah. Okay, so this is our residential transaction for 99.co, right? Listing itself, you also can create residential listing or commercial listing. Total maximum you can create up to 100 listing in our portal. So we also have the commercial transaction. So let's say you want to see D1, you can type in D1 and it will show you all the sales transaction for commercial in district 1. Okay, just put your phone to landscape, you're able to see it by landscape. Okay, can so but for rental, right, in the market there isn't any commercial rental transaction lah, for portal itself, provided you are, I mean, the only agency have. So right now only sales transaction you are able to see for commercial. Okay, so we also have this open listing. So what is open listing? Open listing mainly is owner listing. So for 99.co owner listing, right, it's all filtered. You can see based on this filter, right, after you can choose like what kind of property you want to see for the owner listing. Under this listing agent can market only, you select yes. Okay, listing with commission only, you select yes and you apply filter. So once you select yes, yes, right, you will only able to see those owner who are okay for agent to do marketing. Okay, and they are willing to pay commission. But definitely if on hands, right, you do have owners, right, that is on hands you do have buyer or tenant, right, you are able to search within this open listing. Okay, that doesn't matter they will pay you com or not because you are taking from a tenant or your buyer. So just go to open listing. If you don't press anything, right, just apply filter. It will show you all the listing over here, and you scroll down, you can see the owner name, okay, the contact number, but marketing agent, no. Commission, no. But if you have on hands buyer or on hands tenant, you can call the owner to go for viewing lah. Okay, so this is what we do. We already filter for you, so you already save the hassle on calling them one by one to ask them are they okay for you to do marketing. Okay, so I have one question over here, Angeline. Can you elaborate more on the commercial, cover commercial, residential? Angeline, yes, for our transaction data, right, for commercial is only sales transaction. So you can, like example, if you go to D1, right, you can filter whether you want to see shop house or office. So example, you want shop house, you click shop house, then you just continue result. It will show you all the shop house. Can? I hope I answer your question. Okay, answer live. Okay, so this is our open listing. After you call already, right, then owner know that you're from which agency. Always do a courtesy call to owner lah before you create the listing into your portal, because at least let the owner know that you're from which agency and who are you, and you're helping them to do marketing on their listing right now. Can? Okay, so creating listing, right, very simple. Just go to your app under listing itself and you just click on the create listing and create regular listing. So just type in the postal code and address and follow through. Only 5 steps for this for this create listing in 99.co. So every enquiries will come into your 99 chat. So always be alert that a response through this chat, because every response that you make, right, it will justify your response rate. So a client will know that is this agent very responsive. Okay, so for search of listing, very easy. Just click on the search volume over here, sorry, the top button. There's a search, start a search. Click on it, just type in any location, example district 19. Okay, if you're helping your buyer to search for listing, you can just go to district 19 and see all the listing. Okay, if you are keen on the listing, click on this chat button or inquire button. Okay, can okay, so last features I wanted to share, right, mainly is our researcher features, which is the only features that is not inside our mobile app. Is hold on now, which is not inside our mobile app, is mainly in the web base. Okay, let me share it again first, my screen. Okay, okay, so our researcher is over here. Okay, so everyone can see my screen, right? How to access this researcher? This researcher is tag along with your subscription. Any subscription in 99.co, you're able to use these researcher features. So these researcher features, right, is in the website. You can use it in your iPad, through Safari or Chrome also can. As long as you type in, like when you go into the landing page, it will be, okay, it will be this page. Just log into your account. Okay, log in via mobile app. Log in by your mobile number, and you'll receive a one-time PIN. And what you do, go under residential and go under researcher. You're able to come into this page. So researcher mainly can help you to do comparison between district to district, or you want to do project to projects also can, or the whole Singapore compared to one district also can. So example, always start with add new segment. Okay, whatever you want to add in this chart itself, always go add new segment. So you have three selection. One is add project. Okay, sorry. One is add project. One is add location. One is draw a map. So if you want to do a project comparison, like what I did just now in the handphone app, you can, you want to do a chart format, you can go to add project. But if you want to go to compare, that whole Singapore versus district, you must go to add location. Later, I will show you how to compare based on new launch project if you want to do a presentation. So example today, I want to know the whole Singapore, 99 years condo owners, right, having a higher capital gain or freehold owners. So I select the first one, 99 years. Okay, what I do, I choose condo owners. I select 99 and I just get result. Okay, so you're able to see my chart has been formed. Okay, secondly, I want to add another segment, which is Singapore also. I want to compare to freehold owners. Okay, so I type in freehold. Okay, I click next, condo, I select freehold, get result. So immediately you are able to see there is two bars over here for the chart itself. And default, right, is always 15 years record. So if you want to change the duration, just go to this calendar sign over here, can change it to 10 years also can. So after you change it to 10 years, your chart will be different. And you are able to see these two lines over here. For the usual portal, right, any portal will have this chart format, okay, this chart comparison. But what makes 99.co so different, right, is you are able to draw the appreciation line. We are the first portal who came out this drawing of appreciation line in the chart itself. So example, for blue color line stand for 99 years, right, I just connect to the first dot, to the second dot, okay, and you are able to see the percentage, and for the last orange dot to the first orange dot. Okay, so you're able to see. So if today you're selling a new launch, which is 99 years condo, then it's make it easier for you to do a presentation. If you are showing your buyer this chart, you can tell them that, Mr. Buyer, you can see that for the past 10 years, right, 99 years is having an appreciation of 48%. Those owner who purchase the unit, right, on year 2010 is having a higher capital gain that owner who is paying in 2010 freehold owners. And you also can compare based on the price difference. And for freehold, right, owner is paying 10% more expensive than owners who purchased the 99 years condo today. Okay, so this is a chart that you can present it to your client, and immediately, if you want to share it or export it, just click on the export button. If you want to share with your client, click on the share button, copy this URL link, and you can directly send it to your client via WhatsApp or via email also can. Okay, so let me share it over here. Okay, try to share. I try to share in this chat over here. Then you can click. So once your client click on this link, right, they are able to see this chart that you have done, but they are unable to do anything with this chart. Okay, but below there's all the transaction data. Okay, Angeline. Yes, Angeline. In the market, there is no rental transaction for commercial. Yeah, only a sales transaction. Provided is like live data provided by agencies like SRX. They have the live data, but I don't think they have the rental right now already removed. Okay, so in the market there is no rental transaction, only sales transaction. Hard to find rental transaction for commercial. Okay, so this is the first example. Compare Singapore to 99 years to freehold. If you guys want to see any scenario or any comparison, do let me know. I will just do another comparison, which is if today you are selling a new launch project like Penrose. Okay, you are selling the 3-bedroom Penrose. There is buyer who inquire on this 3-bedroom Penrose. So how do you going to sell it using this researcher chart? Just go to add location. So usually you know that new launch project, right, there isn't any transaction yet for the past 10 years or 15 years or past 2 years because it's new. So what we do, we always compare the surrounding projects, okay, within 1 kilometer of this new launch. So what I do, I just go to this search bar, right? I type in Penrose, Penrose. Okay, so you can see Penrose within 1 kilometer. So once I click on Penrose within 1 kilometer, I click next. Okay, condo, what I do, I filter 3-bedroom. I just click any or even 99 years. Okay, then I get result. So immediately you are able to see the whole circle here is 1 kilometer radius within a Penrose project. And these are the few projects over here which have a 3-bedroom comparison. So what I do, I just click on the pencil sign here. From the first dot, I compare to the last dot. So owners, right, who purchase within 1 kilometer of Penrose new launches in 2010 have actually gained a capital gain of 134% for the past 10 years. If you want to compare 5 years only, you also can click on this and you can compare 5 years. So 5 years, right, is also having a gain of 14%. Okay, so you can let your client know that right now is a good investment to invest because for the past 5 years already have a gain of 14%. The next property hub will be the next 5 years. Okay, so you also can click on this bubble here. You are able to see what is this project. Okay, individual bubbles, right, you can click and you can see the rental yield and the average PSF also. Okay, so this is how you do a comparison or you want to see within the new launches project itself. Okay, so anyone got question on this? Can put it in the chat box. I see there's one. Okay, Ken, let me answer Ken question. Okay, can key in the exact residential commercial property and then give all the list of comparison value surrounding details that we can share with client. Okay, so for Ken, this researcher, right, is mainly only for residential. Commercial, right, you're unable to do a comparison. Yeah, but for this researcher itself, you also can add in whatever areas that you want to compare, and you can just click on the share button to send it to your client. Or you have the specific project name, like just now I do for the project comparison. You also can add into the project comparison and you can export it out and send to your client on all the details. Okay, how strong are your residential property checks valuation and transaction data? Okay, so for our residential and commercial property transaction data, right, is all by real list as well as URA. So it will be updated like 1 to 2 weeks difference for the real-time data. But how strong we do have for our valuation is based on average, because different portal, right, they have their own calculation on the average valuation. We don't have valuation itself, but it's more on like a X value, or we call it the current market price. We don't call it X value, we call it current market price. So we do an average like the prospector. We will let you know that we are based on the past 18 months transaction, latest 10 transaction for the past 18 months, and we do an average. So for HDB itself, right, like let's say this project or this HDB block, there isn't any transaction for this 1 year or this 18 months, and we will take 500 meter away on the surrounding HDB block nearby, okay, with similar square feet and similar floor range. For condo itself, we're based on the same stacks. Okay, I hope I answer your question. Okay, so I maybe do a last scenario, then we will come back to the Q&A. So if you guys have any question you want to ask regarding on the subsidies, because today mainly to share with you more on the subsidies, like how you're able to get it, okay, and some of the question regarding to these subsidies for the next year plan. Okay, so let me do the last one, which is example, I want to do like District 19. Okay, I can compare District 19 condo versus HDB. Okay, so I click on condo, any, okay, then I get result. The next one, I add location. Always remember, just go to add new segment and add location, or add project, District 19, and I put HDB. Okay, so if today your client is considering whether to buy HDB or condo, or how do you convince them to buy a condo versus HDB, okay, you can show them this chart. Okay, so click on the pencil sign. Okay, you can draw the percentage. Okay, so you can explain to your client, for HDB owners in District 19, the capital gain, right, is only 12%, whereas, right, condo owners having a 56% gain throughout the past 10 years. And from last year until now, right, the pricing for condo, there isn't a huge change, okay, about 1%. But if you want to do a compare for the past 5 years, okay, let me show you the past 5 years. Okay, it's 13% for HDB. Give me a second. Yeah. Okay, HDB is about 7%, but condos, right, it will be higher chance for them to have a higher capital gain throughout the years. But whereas HDB, the pricing is always very stagnant. Okay, so you can do a few comparison. I mean, definitely I just show you a scenario. For agents itself, right, they always use this chart to do their own presentation, depend on what their client needs lah. Okay, so if you have any question, we do have a tutorial on this researcher features. So if you guys want to get the tutorial video, you can let Ivy know or Joanna know. Okay, so they will actually send you the video itself. So last part on the slides over here, which is the iProperty features. So as I mentioned, every 99.co sign up, you'll be able to get the iProperty account. And for iProperty account, right, the same thing, you are able to create a listing. You can create up to 100 listing. So if you have a 99.co account, right, and you don't want to, create another listing in iProperty, we can help you to sync your account, which means that every listing you created in 99.co, it will auto sync to iProperty. Okay, and your listing will be surfaced to 5 different country portal, which we have Singapore, Hong Kong, China, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Australia. Later I will show you which are the URL website to go to these 5 different portal. Okay, so everyone knows that iProperty provide FSBO and FRBO. 99.co we have also, but mainly most of the source, right, on the owner listing mainly come from iProperty agent tools. So for these agent tools, the same thing, you are able to call the owners, and you are able to filter out the sales owner listing or rental owner listing, and mainly, right, you are able to backdate 5 years ago. So you also can select the post date, and you can see those 5 years ago owners, or maybe 3 years ago, 1 year ago. You can call them and to ask them whether are they okay, you want to rent their unit again or want to sell their unit again. So you have a lot of leads to contact to them. Okay, so the same thing every month you are only able to use for 24 hours. But so far, there isn't any owners, there isn't any agent, right, who have exceed this lah. Okay, so 24 hours is really sufficient enough for you to use the owner listing. You can just copy and paste all the details to your Excel sheet or your Microsoft PowerPoint. Then you can call the owners slowly after that. Okay. So just now I mentioned we have these 5 different international market. So if today you are posting a sale, like a condo sale, right, in iProperty, you are able to surface your listing to these 5 different portal overseas. So every time you post a listing in iProperty, within the next 24 hours, it will be pushed to these 5 different portal. Okay, and consumer from other countries like Malaysia, if they search for a property in Singapore, they are able to see your listing. Okay, so let me do an example, maybe to show you guys. Okay, I click on this. Okay, so I will answer the question later, yeah. Okay, so you can see this Malaysia iProperty. So these are all the Singapore units. Okay, so they click inside. So in another words, right, it makes your listing create more exposure, because no one will, that will say that more exposure is not good. But for an agent, the more exposure you have, right, then the more closure, the more leads you will get. So besides in 99.co and other portal, you have posted your listing, iProperty is also another platform for you to post your listing to surface to overseas client, which other portal they don't have. Okay, so we are able to push your listing to these 5 different country. Okay, you can see all the listing below. Okay, so pricing for account, if you have not signed up, you want to use the account right now, is at 488 for 1 year for this month. Okay, and you are able to use 100 listing, you get 4,000 credit, all the agent tools and iProperty account features. Thanks everyone. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Phyllis and
Yep.
Ivy, for your sharing. Okay, we should end the session now. If you all have any questions, that you can contact Ivy or Joanna. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye-bye.